Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Liz Quidantes. We begin tonight with a growing controversy surrounding a Palm Beach County School Board member who made a controversial comment about political activist Charlie Kirk last month following his death. Take a look. School Board member Edwin Ferguson is facing fierce backlash after his rant comparing Charlie Kirk to Adolf Hitler at a meeting last month. Take a listen.
And unless you as a parent or you as a teacher feel bad because I as a teacher don't miss a racist bigot at that, I don't see how you're going to be at risk of losing your teaching certificate. So, you know, when we talk about the Holocaust, I've yet to hear a person of the Jewish faith say that I miss Adolf Hitler. He said a lot of toxic things that were very undermining to society at large, and we want to never forget that.
People from both sides of the political divide protested outside the school board meeting tonight, demanding for Ferguson's removal. NAACP supporters rallied behind him, and tonight CBS 12 News spoke to Ferguson for the first time since making those comments. This comes as the Florida Department of Education is actively investigating his remarks. Our Jamelka Gibson was at the protest and attended tonight's school board meeting. She joins us with the polarizing viewpoints and what Ferguson is saying about his controversial comments. Jamelka?
What we're really looking at here is one explosive debate and two opposing sides. At the center of it all, a very controversial question. Should Ferguson be fired, or is this all an attack on free speech? A battle over free speech taking to the streets. Flags flying high as supporters of the late Charlie Kirk rallied Wednesday, demanding school board member Edwin Ferguson be fired for what they're calling insensitive and divisive comments made during a meeting last month.
You don't speak ill of somebody who was just assassinated, especially if you don't know who he is. And like Mr. Ferguson said, he goes, I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was 7 days ago.
Across the street, a counter-protest.
Edwin Ferguson has free speech rights, not just Charlie Kirk.
And at one point, heated arguments.
Can you get this clown out of here? Seriously, I'm not gonna.
His bad days, he's had a few drinks, leave him alone.
The controversial remarks sparked outrage and explosive debates. Ferguson supporters, including members of local NAACP branches, say the board member was exercising his free speech, and his statements were in defense of teachers who were afraid of losing their jobs due to negative social media posts following a letter from the Florida Department of Education.
Our state wants to punish teachers for what they say when they're not on the clock, when they're living their lives, when they have a right to express their opinions. We don't argue that you have the right to limit what they say when they're in the classroom. But once they leave and the school day ends, their right to free speech does not evaporate.
Inside a simultaneous school board meeting where residents weighed in.
We don't believe that his calling Charlie Kirk racist or a bigot is representative of the truth in any way.
The rest of you, including the superintendent, your silence tell us where you stand. Silence in moments like this is not neutrality, it's consent.
After weeks of asking for comment, board member Ferguson shared his thoughts, standing his ground without an apology.
Ironically, there was an issue of research. Whether one has researched or not researched before making a comment, I would say look at all of his videos and make an assessment. Look at the definition of the words that I use, and then think about it from, say, the perspective that I was speaking from, which is that of black people, black women, and ask yourself, if you heard this statement, would you consider it to be racist? Would you consider it to be bigoted? And I would just rest my case there.
We reached out to the Florida Department of Education. They say they would not comment because this is an open investigation. Reporting in West Palm Beach, Jamelka Gibson, CBS 12 News.